Good morning everyone. This is Sai Kishore. Now I am saying about Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda born at 15 January 1863 in Kolkata in a Bengali family. He died at 4th July 1902. His child name was Vivekananda. His school name was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar Metropolitan School. He lived for only 39 years. His father was a lawyer and many times he read Grandas, all Grandas, Navas and many. All asked him, how can you read this? Then he replied that, I won't read whole para. I will just read first and last line. I can understand all the para. Then Swami Vivekananda wanted to ask that if anybody saw the God or not. He asked the big people or great people that, did you saw the God? The people who said they saw the God were no one. And he finally asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Garu. And he replied, yes, I saw the God. Then Swami Vivekananda won't believe anything easily. So he asked that you show me. So he asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Garu that show me the God. Then he took his legs and kept in Swami Vivekananda's laps. Then Swami Vivekananda got fear and told it, don't do anything to me. My father and mother were still alive. I need to go to them. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Garu told that today this is enough. And Swami Vivekananda went off. Swami Vivekananda saw many magics from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Garu. So he decided to join as the student for him. In 1884, he passed BA. So he did a party with his friends. Suddenly he heard that his father was dead. So his family went into poor. There is no food for anyone in the family. As Swami Vivekananda should give food to the sisters, brothers, mothers, he was searching for job. Yet he was drinking tap water and living instead of eating food and living. And at last, Swami Vivekananda fall on the road many times. At last, he got a teacher job in a school. After some days, Swami Vivekananda got to know that Paramahamsa Garu got throat cancer. Then he resigned his job and went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Garu and served him for a long time. In 1886, Paramahamsa Garu was dead. Their students make a mata and live in it. For they all Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda was the head. And soon he wanted to go around India. problems in India. So he moved. At last he came to Kanyakumari, and went into Islam, and then he did tapas for 3 days, remembering what did he saw in his journey. What did he see in his journey? And he want to go to Chicago and go to the Sabha and tell about his Mata and his India country. For that he need so much money. For the money was being arranged with the kings who were at that time. And he went to Chicago in a ship in 1893, May 31st. And he reached Chicago, and he got to know that the Sabha was postponed for 3 months, and the Chicago was an expensive place, so he can't be in any hotel because of no money. So he was moving around the streets, and he got to know a girl named. He got to know a girl. She got to know the greatness of Swami Vivekananda. So she asked to be in her house for some time, which is in poster. And at that time, when Swamiji lived in Poster place, he always go to library and take some books, and next day he gives it back to the librarian. And this will be done for many days. Then one day the librarian got angry and said that, "Hey, why are you taking the books? You won't read anything and giving us back. Why for taking the books?" And he told that, "Who told that I'm not reading? I'm reading. If you want to test me, take any book which I took and ask any question to me. I'll answer it." Then she took a book and asked the question. He easily replied. So he has that much memory. And he got to know a professor called J.H. Wright. Swami Vivekananda asked him to write and post for the persons of the Sabha, and he wrote a letter for them that if you keep the American great persons aside and you keep Swami Vivekananda aside, Swami Vivekananda is the greatest and intelligent person from them all. Then in 1893 September, he went into the Sabha, and everybody wore suit, shoes, and Swami Vivekananda wore wore normal dress, which were worn by Indians, and everybody saw him differently, and everybody started telling the greatness of the matas. The Swami Vivekananda still came, and he stood up and told, "Sisters and brothers of America." Then everybody stood up and clapped for 2 minutes, and some people cried also. And after stopping of the claps, he started his speech about their mata, about his mata and India. Then so many people became like children and came into the stage to give him a shake hand. And some people became fans of him, and some people became as the students also. And some people thought that if we loved him, he will become more famous. At that day, because at that day every newspaper in Chicago front page was his name only, his photo only. And he got many events to when he was called to the British, and while going to the British, he and his friend went to the British. While going, their boat asked the ship captain the newspaper, and he gave it. First, Swami Vivekananda read all in the newspaper. Next, he gave to his friend, and he also start reading. But a strong wind came, and the paper blew into the water. And the ship captain got angry and said that scold Swami Vivekananda's friend. And Swami Vivekananda told him to give a paper and a pencil. And he gave it and wrote all the news which is in the paper with the question marks and commas in it. And then all got impressed of him, and he went into the British. He was invited to lunch, and he went and while doing lunch, Swami Vivekananda did dinner. While doing dinner, the British officer saw him and said that at this time also you are eating with your hands. And he replied that with your spoons and forks many people ate, but with my hands I can only eat. And he left his fork and spoon in his hands. One day, while he was going in a train, when Swami Vivekananda going to the train, in that compartment a British officer and Swami Vivekananda was only there. Then the British officer saw his dressing style style and got to know that he got to know that Swami Vivekananda don't know English. Then doesn't know English. Then Swami Vivekananda slept for some time. Then the British officer took Swami Vivekananda's shoes and threw outside of the window. Then Swami Vivekananda woke up and searched for his shoes. After some time, but he didn't ask. He asked him. Then the British officer replied, I don't know. Then after some time, British officer slept off. Then he told him. Then while he woke up, he was searching for the goat which is hanging to the hanger in the train. Then he asked Swami Vivekananda that, where is my coat? Then he simply replied that, your coat went to search my shoes. Then the British officer kept her head down. One day, again he was going in the train. Then some girls saw his dressing style and want to tease Swami Vivekananda. Then they came and asked that, give your things to me. Give your things to us. Otherwise, we will tell the police officer which is in the compartment that you are teasing us. Then Swami Vivekananda showed his hands that I don't know how. I can't hear clearly. You write that in a paper and give me so I can read. They wrote in a paper and gave it to Swami Vivekananda. Then he told that, now tell to the police officer. And then, thank you. Thank you. Then the women felt ashamed. This is the story of Swami Vivekananda. Thank you.